I love him. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say about that racist stuff. And don't be looking at me on the news hating on me because I'm standing up for somebody that deserves to be standing up for. Get off the man's back. Let him do his job. He's doing the right thing. Back up off of him. And Grandma said it.
You guys are Trump fans, I see. How do you guys feel about him being on like the whole Epstein shit? How do you guys feel about all that?
I think that it's just a whole weird situation. It took a long time for the Epstein files to come out, or what has come out of it.
Okay.
So I think there could be some tampering with it, but we never know.
So if it came out that he was like on the island and like, you know, doing all that crazy stuff, would you guys still support?
He's done a lot of good for the country, so yes, I think I would.
Really? What about?
I don't know.
So you're saying that you'd still take Trump as president, even if you knew that he exploited naked little girls?
What do you mean by little girls?
Minors.
How old is a minor?
Under the age of 18.
Under the age of 18. So if you're asking me for president of the U.S., well, let me ask you first, just so I get a feel of where we're at. What's your standard for what you want to see from a president? What's the standard of what you want to see in terms of actionable things?
Well, I think I have many standards, but I think the right question to ask isn't about the standards, but rather about the red lines, okay? Right? I think it's very fair to hold a red line against a president, like if they're a goddamn pedophile, if they've exploited kids, so they shouldn't be running the most powerful country in the history of planet Earth. Do you agree?
Not necessarily, no. I can't agree, and I'll tell you why I can't agree. So let me ask you this. If the other person was also a pedophile, but said, I'm going to blow up the country, who are you picking in that case, between those two people?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'd pick
No, I'm just asking.
No, that's a good question. If they were both a pedophile, gun to my head, I had to choose one, I'd let the gun go off. But good thing I don't have to do that, considering the fact that Kamala Harris wasn't a pedophile.
Right, but you're talking about red lines. That was just a mere analogy. When you talk about red lines, I actually care far more about the entirety future of my country, the future of my children and my grandchildren, the next fourth and fifth generations, than I care about what Trump was alleged to do.
No, you said if you... No, don't change it now. You said if you knew that he did this as a fact.
Oh, you're saying if there was a conviction in criminal court. Well, then I would have either been put to death before the election ever came up. That wouldn't even be a question.
Oh, okay, but then earlier when you said even if this was verified in my own mind, I'd still support him, you were lying.
I'm saying if you got to the point where there were two options, I have...
Okay, so option number one, child Trump, or option number two, right, not child Kamala Harris. Who are you picking?
Here's your problem, is that we can all understand that there is a very clear line between somebody who is a 3-year-old, because we have lots of cases like that where I live. I cover them on the radio all the time. There's a very clear difference between a 3-year-old who gets and a 17-year-old girl who, as a joke, someone said they went and saw. If we can't acknowledge that those are two very different things, if we cannot acknowledge that there is a very clear differentiation between those two things, then I think it's all about the rhetoric for you. Talk about the subjectivity of language, and then you come over here and you say, well, he's a child, right? Like, that's the same thing as a 3-year-old getting abused by a person physically. When you're talking about a girl that could turn, say, 18 tomorrow, do you view those as the exact same thing? Honest yes or no?
So, yeah, I definitely do view the rape of anybody as disqualifying from a trait that I'd like to see in the president.
Would you vote for someone that's been held legally responsible for sexual abuse?
That wasn't a fair conviction at all.
What was unfair about it?
It was completely inaccurate. The area where they held it in Manhattan, there's very few Trump supporters there. He wasn't found liable by a jury of his peers.
It was a jury of his peers. There were 9 jurors, 7 men and 2 women. The lawyers actually select the jury.
Yeah, so
did Trump hire bad lawyers?
No, if there's not very many good ones to pick from, what are they going to do?
So you think all the jurors in selection are bad?
I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth.
No, but is that what you believe?
I didn't say that.
But is that what you believe?
I didn't say that. I'm done with you. I think that you're trying to push an agenda, which I don't agree with.
What agenda do you think that is?
The other side.
So something that you disagree with?
The other side.
So do you not want to interact with people you disagree with?
Because it's a losing game.
A losing game if you interact with people who disagree with you?
Explain the shirt to us.
Donald Trump, John F. Kennedy, and John F. Kennedy Jr. He's vice president.
He's the vice president.
Kennedy's our president.
So you got to explain this. You got to explain this to me. So John F. Kennedy Sr. is president right now?
Senior's president right now, yes.
You're being serious right now.
I'm being serious.
But didn't he? Because remember in Dallas, he was riding, and then somebody shot, and his brains went all over Jackie O.
Yeah, something like that.
But you're saying that didn't happen.
What got you excited to come to the Trump rally today?
He's a good man. I love him. We need him. He saved the country.
You love him?
Yeah, I think he's a good man. What do you think?
Why? When did you decide he was such a good man?
2016. I liked his words, and I like he did everything he said he was going to do, and he did it.
What are some of those things that he said and then he did? Maybe just one thing. One thing he said and then he did.
He caught me off guard there. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, what are the most important issues to you going into the 2024 election?
Most important issues, let's see. Getting rid of the illegals. Getting rid of the illegal politicians.
Illegal politicians, what does that mean?
Schumer, Biden, and company.
How are they illegal?
No one voted for them. They were appointed.
So this says, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. And that's from the Bible?
Yeah, from Jeremiah 1. Right. So God knows these babies in the womb. He has a purpose and a destiny for each child. They shouldn't be killed.
Didn't he kill all the firstborn sons in Egypt?
I think I'm done.
Would you like to see Trump run for a third term?
Yes, and if not, why not be the VP to Vance as president if it's not allowed?
So you would want J.D. Vance to run as president and Trump to run as VP?
Yes, if he can't run as president, yes, I think that's a great idea.
Who would you want to really be in charge there?
Equal, Trump and Vance. I think
equal?
He's holding his own. He's doing good. He is just doing great.
Are you worried about the Constitution not allowing him to do that?
Yes, that's why I think he could do VP instead.
Okay. Find a way around that.
Yes, hopefully.
100 days of the Trump second presidency. What's your favorite thing that he's done thus far?
Let me see. I'm just trying to think. I don't really listen to the news that much, but I have confidence in him. So what has he done so far? But I know he did it with the tariffs. He did with the tariffs, and
I have a list here. You want me to tell you some of the stuff he's done?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a couple of the things he's done in the first 100 days. He pardoned the January 6 rioters who stormed the Capitol. He's dismantling the USA ID, which kind of hurts the U.S. soft power in the world. He's putting the richest man on earth and a bunch of teenagers and 20-year-olds in charge of the entire government. He raised these tariffs, and it put the world in a global financial crisis for a little bit. He blamed a plane crash on DEI. Would you like to see Trump run for a third term?
Yes, and if not, why not be the VP to Vance as president if it's not allowed?
Who would you want to really be in charge there?
Equal, Trump and Vance. I think
equal?
He's holding his own. He's doing good. He is just doing great.
Are you worried about the Constitution not allowing him to do that?
Yes, that's why I think he could do VP instead.
Okay. Find a way around that.
Yes, hopefully.
But then what?
He finds a way around a lot of stuff, doesn't he?
He does. Yeah. He does. I have found that.
I believe life begins in inception. Anything after that, in my opinion.
Inception. What movie was that?
So with the dreams, where you don't know if you're dreaming or not, like you control your dreams.
Control my dreams.
Like came out in like 2011 or something, and it was like.
No, I have no idea. I don't know what you're talking
with Leonardo DiCaprio, and at the end of the movie, you don't know if he's dreaming or not.
No, I've never seen. Oh, are y'all talking about that movie he made?
Yeah.
Well, you were talking about the movie. You said Inception.
Inception, right?
No, I said nothing about a movie. I said
starts in
life starts
at Inception.
Right.
Yeah.
So what does that have to do with the spinning top?
What does that have to do with
With what?
What does that have to do with
spinning
abortion?
Top.
What are you I don't know what you're talking about. You've lost
movie
me.
Inception. What does that have to do with abortion?
We didn't have anything to do with it.
Well, then why did you say it starts with Inception? It was a great movie. I just don't understand what it has to do with abortion.
I would actually disagree with you. I thought it was a little overrated.
Really?
Strait is open as of this morning.
Who do we have to thank for that?
Well, we have to thank President Trump for that.
Yeah, Joe Biden wasn't trying to open the strait.
Exactly. He had the balls to do this.
To open the strait.
Yeah, I mean, to do all this. So what other president would have done this? Nobody else before him has done it.
Biden wouldn't open the strait.
No,
Obama wouldn't open the strait.
He wouldn't do it.
Clinton wouldn't open the strait.
Exactly.
All because the strait was already open until Donald Trump became president.
So now...
Is that the genius that, like, you can't open a strait unless you close the strait,
Thank you.
create global pandemonium,
You're good.
raise gas prices,
Exactly.
and then open the strait, and still, no one's talking about the Epstein files.
Well, that is true.
Closer to Jesus Christ than the Pope is. The Pope is going to hell. He's a woke piece of shit. And he's not Christian. He's not Christian. He's on the side of the Islamics, and that makes him evil as shit. And as far as I'm concerned, the Pope is going to fucking hell.
So, as a Catholic, you believe the Pope is
fallible,
closer
And
to
is
God, or Donald
No.
Trump is closer to God
Than the Pope.
than the guy
You-
who's getting
you-
messages
you-
from Jesus to deliver to
Yeah.
his people. Okay.
Yeah, the Pope's not getting messages.
Right? Isn't
from
that what
Jesus.
a pope is? Like they're basically the voice of God for
No, they're
people?
supposed to be. They're supposed to be for Christianity,
to save people.
and he's not in Christianity. He's in Islam.
He wants to unite.
He's an Islamic motherfucker.
He wants to unite all faiths together, and that will never happen.
I want him to go to hell.